Bertemu kembali. Perbincangan mengenai isu rumah mampu milik terus kami angkat dalam Niaga AWANI. Kali ini kami mendalami apa yang dibincangkan di Perhimpunan UNHA di Nairobi, Kenya. Di UNHA sesi kedua ini, isu perumahan adalah salah satu resolusi yang perlu dicapai dalam sebelum perhimpunan itu berakhir esok, dan kita terus saja bersama dengan Zulfitri Yusof di Kompleks Pertubuhan Bangsa-Bangsa Bersatu di Nairobi.
Terima kasih rakan-rakan di Kuala Lumpur. Perhimpunan UNHA masuk hari keempat pada hari ini dan juga ada tinggal satu hari lagi untuk meluluskan salah satu resolusi terpenting dalam UNHA Assembly siri kedua ini, iaitu rumah mampu milik ataupun affordable housing. Saya berkesempatan menemu Bual Christoph Lalen. Beliau merupakan ketua unit perumahan di UNHA dan kita bertanyakan sejauh manakah kesepakatan telah dicapai berkenaan dengan hal rumah mampu milik dalam konteks global ini.
Yeah, well, actually it's going quite well. It's interesting because for us it's the opportunity also to report about our work at UN Habitat on housing and to engage with member states. And there is obviously a lot of discussion on housing. Beyond housing affordability, we are talking about the realization of the right to adequate housing. This is really at the core of the mandate of our organization, UN Habitat. As a UN organization, we are responsible to promote and protect the right to housing. And of course, perhaps the main issue at stake for people is to be able to provide more affordable housing solution. What is really interesting when we talk about housing affordability, that it's a very universal concept. You know, somehow, I mean, you face these issues for very low-income people, but housing affordability is also a challenge in very wealthy countries or cities. So it's always an issue that needs to be looked at.
Tapi isu mampu milik bukan sahaja berkisar ataupun didefinisikan berkenaan dengan kos semata-mata. Ianya lebih daripada itu kerana struktur masyarakat, struktur budaya dan juga krisis yang berlaku di satu-satu tempat akan memberikan justifikasi baru terhadap erti mampu milik itu. Christoph ada jawapannya.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, there are many different aspects behind that. And I would say that it's not only about the cost. A lot is about also understanding that housing is a very important element of a social welfare system. It is somehow a very strong pillar of a social policy context. So we need to understand that housing needs to be implemented with also policy in the health sector, education sector, employment sector. So it really goes hand in hand. It's not only about reducing the cost of housing, it's about creating opportunities for people for better life in cities, but also more sustainable urban development.
Bila kita katakan rumah mampu milik, seolah-olah kita bercerita mengenai masalah semata-mata, kemampuan, cabaran untuk mendapatkan tanah dan sebagainya. Tetapi hakikatnya kalau kita memandang ke masa hadapan, 70% daripada manusia ataupun penempatan akan berada di bandar. Dan dalam aspek itu juga lebih 60% perumahan ataupun tempat tinggal belum pun ada dan wujud pada hari ini. Justru masih banyak lagi peluang dan juga potensi yang boleh dilakukan. Rumah mampu milik juga berdaya huni. Rumah mampu milik juga mungkin datang dalam modul dan juga konsep yang cukup menarik. Kita dengarkan apa jawapan Christoph.
Yeah, well, it is a challenge but also a great opportunity. As you say, the densification of cities is really on the go. And much of the housing stock is yet to be built in the next decades, and this is why we really have the chance to do it better than what has been done, but also to seize this opportunity to build housing solutions that are innovative and also reflect what people want, what are their aspirations. And saying that, I would say that the cultural dimension of housing is very important. Housing that reflects also people's lifestyle, certain culture. The housing stock is not different from one city to the other. It varies from one country to the other, from one region to the other. And this is also the opportunity to work with the private sector to develop innovative construction technologies, different type of housing design that has already the potential to shape cities in a very appealing way.
Kita mengambil contoh di Malaysia, rumah mampu milik dan juga perumahan rakyat bukanlah sesuatu perkara yang baru dalam negara kita. Malah ianya sudah dijuarai sejak awal kemerdekaan lagi. Justru kita menghadapi satu lagi masalah, iaitu bagaimana kita memastikan bahawa rumah yang mampu milik atau perumahan rakyat itu yang sudah menjadi usang mampu diberikan nafas baru, dan cabaran di masa akan datang juga akan lebih kompleks dan juga lebih terperinci berkaitan dengan hal aging population ataupun masyarakat menua dan juga keperluan tenaga. Bagaimana itu dapat dilakukan?
Yes, I mean it's true, but it's also, as you say, an issue that keeps on coming because generations are changing. The housing stock also is aging. We need to adjust it, to improve it. In some part of the world, the question of energy efficiency is very important. We need to adapt the new housing stock to the new challenges in terms of energy efficiency, energy uses, in terms of cooling or heating. These are very important considerations. But also, again, it's always the opportunity to do better, and not only in terms of public policies, but also for the private sector to find different type of solutions, different types of design.
Cabaran terbesar rumah mampu milik ialah mengenai kos pembiayaan. Itu menjadi masalah kita di Malaysia dan juga di seluruh dunia sebenarnya. Justru perlu ada satu mekanisme yang lebih lestari, yang menguntungkan pihak pemaju tapi dalam masa yang sama memberikan kelegaan kepada golongan pembeli. Bagaimana ini dibincangkan? Apa inovasi pembiayaan yang diperlukan? Ini kata Christoph.
Well, obviously the market has a big role to play in that, and we see that there is a lot of appetite for investment in the housing sector. This is really good and somehow very important, but also needs to be regulated. It's very important that to keep some rules and to really understand that beyond an investment of a lifetime for many families, it is also the essential place for people to live. So it's not only an investment opportunity, it's also a house, it's a home for people.
Tapi bagaimana pula dengan kelompok pemaju perumahan? Apa katalis, apa pemacu kepada mereka yang dapat menjadikan penggalak kepada mereka untuk melabur kepada rumah mampu milik yang berkualiti?
I would say that it's also what people want. I mean, there is people have also a very clear idea where they want to live, or certain aspirations. So at some point, it's also crucial for this private company to adjust to the demand from people. And we see that there are many opportunities, but again, it's very important to regulate it with legislation, with public policy, so that we make sure that we are really contributing to realize the right of adequate housing for all. That most important than anything, not to leave anyone behind in these cities. Over the past years at UNHA2, we have worked a lot with our partners to combat, to fight homelessness. This is really a struggle. It's a big issue in many cities around the world. It's a global challenge. And homelessness, in a way, is the most extreme illustration of urban poverty. So it shows that there is a lot of work to be done yet. It's not only about investing. It's not only about finding financial solution. Is really about considering housing as a very crucial social policy, a sort of very important pillar for economic and social inclusion.
Itu merupakan sebahagian kecil daripada apa yang dibincangkan mengenai isu perumahan di UNHA Assembly kali kedua yang berlangsung di Nairobi, Kenya ini. Sudah pasti perbincangan ini tidak terhad setakat perhimpunan ini semata-mata. Ini perlu dibawa pulang dan juga diimplementasikan dalam bentuk polisi dan memberikan impak yang terbesar kepada rakyat ramai. Itu perkongsian saya langsung daripada UNHA Assembly kali kedua yang berlangsung di Nairobi, Kenya ini. Terima kasih kepada Emirates kerana memberikan kerjasama kepada kami untuk melakukan liputan ini. Teruskan bersama dengan rakan-rakan di Niaga AWANI.